Hi, I'm Kelly Davis Strausbaugh.
And I'm Veronica Brandon Miller.
And this is
The Absolutely Fabulous Show. What's new? Pussycat. Meow, 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 meow. Sorry.
She makes up her own version.
Okay. That is so cute.
Is this not the cutest little thing you've ever seen in your life?
Oh my God, I love it.
It's a little waffle maker.
Look at that. My mini waffles. And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Oh my gosh. Donkey.
I love it.
Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? Okay.
Where did you get this? Oh my God.
Walmart, and they are under $10. Okay.
I love it.
So I know we're going to talk about this in the show, but the TikToks, the kids on the TikToks, actually there's like people of all ages, but one of the things that's kind of sweeping the trends or whatever is making, like buying these and then actually doing low carb like recipes.
Oh, like.
Okay, so I'm going to share this on my therealkellydavis.com blog, but my favorite one, because I mostly try to eat low carb. Shut up, Kevin. Just kidding. And that's my husband. He sees me sometimes. He knows. I'm not always the best. Anyway, okay. So this particular recipe, it is a 1/3 cup. I use mozzarella shredded cheese, 1 egg, and you can take the egg white or you can take the egg yolk out if you want to. A teaspoon of almond flour and everything but the bagel seasoning, which is my favorite. You mix it up, and then it makes 2 little waffles. You leave it in there for like 2 or 3 minutes or whatever. Then you put cream cheese on it. Oh, girl, let me tell you, it's delicious.
Oh my God, it sounds delicious.
It's the everything bagel seasoning that really makes it, but it tastes, if you are someone who does not want to eat a lot of bread or carbs, I found an Oreo one.
Oh, really?
Where you do like a cream cheese frosting and make it taste kind of like an Oreo. I mean, it's not exactly like an Oreo, but it's pretty dang close.
Oh my
God.
God.
There are a million recipes.
So
you can do cheese. I mean, of course, do like Pam, but you do a piece of cheese and then pepperonis and then cheese, and it makes it like a little mini pizza.
You know how long it
No, not really. You just kind of have to, I just kind of like check it. It's not that, but the little light comes on, and when you plug it in, it's on immediately.
I love it.
It is so nice.
It's so adorable.
It is, first of all, it is so cute, and they have different colors.
Oh, and then literally, it's something
gosh.
that, as soon as you're done, put it.
Takes up barely any space. And it's so convenient. And so like there are times when I'm like, I really don't want to get out a frying pan. It's easy cleanup. Like they're the neatest things. So if you want something fun, and also to this brand, they had little like donut hole makers, and they had a bunch of different little similarly shaped sized
waffle things.
Yeah. Different like little
Sounds
cooking things. Yeah, 4 words. But if you have like a smaller space, these are great. If you have kids, Colt loves to help. I mean, obviously it's hot, but he helps me like mix it. So these are just so much fun.
I'm getting ideas like maybe a I
mean, you can actually make waffle in them too. Oh yeah. You could make like a quiche type situation because the egg is what fluffs up, and it is so good. And I'll share a picture because I put it on my Instagram stories, and everybody was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "I came up with it."
Very cool.
But it's so much fun. So if you are looking for like a fun little thing, this is it.
Love it. Love it.
Thank you. I'll make us some later.
And you can get that on
therealkellydavis.com. Not the waffle maker. You got to get that at the store. But
but information.
All the updates.
Oh, super.
Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
So sorry you had to follow that.
I know, really. What's really
What are you cooking?
But isn't it about time you buy a house with a large kitchen?
Oh yeah.
Or even a small kitchen. I love those. The mini houses.
Oh yes.
Oh.
If I didn't have kids, I would move into a she shed.
Oh, we say this, but with all our stuff.
Oh, I could never.
I mean, we're trying to minimalize, and we're noticing.
We're trying.
I need that.
We're trying.
Yes, but if I can help you buy or sell a home, and this goes out to all the brand new homeowners. I am hosting some first home buyers classes, which will also help you understand the process from when you start thinking about it to what you need to do and what classes you can take to get credit. So that'll be extra money on the bottom line.
Yes, please.
And then also what grants and bonds are available if you are interested in purchasing a home.
Oh my gosh, what a wonderful resource to have right there in your pocket.
And if I can help, I love, love, love. Go to thefloridarealtor.com. And in March, it's crazy, we're thinking about
I don't even want to talk about it.
I am still giving 10% of my commission to a nonprofit, but starting in March, the buyer or the seller gets to pick the nonprofit it goes to. So if there's an organization that is dear to your heart and that I can help contribute in your honor, I will do that.
And maybe she'll even throw in a waffle iron.
A
mini one.
Go to thefloridarealtor.com.
Gosh, you know what, Veronica? You just inspire me.
You inspire me.
Oh my God, stop it.
I couldn't go for the big earrings again. These are.
I know, I have to
But I love these.
Thank you. These were just a random Amazon find because I wanted something fun for Valentine's Day. Because I
just continues?
I can't. Yeah, I've been treating the whole month like Valentine's Day. I wear pink all month.
It's funny because that's what I used to wear, red or pink.
Yeah.
And I'm more of an animal. Well, this isn't an animal. What is this?
No,
That's
that is
a zebra.
I mean, it is an animal.
It's a zebra, but what does a zebra? What kind of sound?
I want to say that we've been, because my daughter has a little book, and we just neigh like a horse.
That sounds good.
Nailed it. Come here for all your learning and such. Inspiring people.
Speaking of inspiring, what does this say?
Oh my gosh, it says New Year, same hot mess.
Oh,
I'm wearing
love
it all year. It's hilarious.
Red Horse Creative.
Oh yeah.
Love, love, love.
And I just feel like I like the color, so I just feel like it brightens
is a pretty
up.
color on you.
It's just, and people, when they see you, they're like,
I get it. Thank you for calling me a hot mess. Yeah. But no, back to inspiring organizations, inspiring people.
who are less of a hot mess than
yes.
me. Right.
I was blessed to meet this lovely lady years ago.
Okay.
And I've been following her journey, and she's going to be sharing it with us, Melissa Wandel. And she is a truly inspirational, caring, amazing, giving person. It all started when her husband was tragically killed. But how she took her energy, her spirit, and went forward, and what she is doing, not necessarily just locally, nationally and internationally. And I'm not going to take it from her because I want her to tell her story.
Yeah.
But why don't we go meet with Melissa?
That. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Melissa Wandel. I'm a speaker, I'm an advocate, and I do advocacy consulting. I do national highway safety work, and I work with children in grief. And why do I do all of that? I'm living my passion. And I'm living my passion out of a tragedy over 17 years ago when my husband and my brother went to get just a quick bite to eat. And on their way home, my brother, the driver, my husband, the passenger, they were stopped at a red light. The left arrow turned green for my brother to proceed through the intersection, and when he did, unfortunately, a motorist driving anywhere from 50 miles an hour to 52 miles an hour ran their light, T-boned my husband's car, my brother's car, taking my husband's life immediately. We were 9 months pregnant on that day. When I received that call that there had been a crash only a mile from my home, I knew when I got that call that something was never going to be the same when I walked back through my door. And I remember as I received that call and I hopped in my car only a mile away, I remember thinking and saying aloud in my vehicle, "Not now, God. Please, not now. Please don't take him." We were 9 months pregnant with our first child. We had been married a year and 5 days. At that moment, my life flashed in front of my eyes. My husband's life flashed in front of my eyes. And when I got to the scene where there was lights and sirens everywhere, I knew that this baby that I was carrying, our child, that her life too would change in less than a moment because of somebody else's decision. That night, that crash altered the life of my husband, my brother, myself, and our daughter, and our family and friends. My husband died at the scene that night. We were so in love, and we were just had such a great life. My husband, a financial advisor. We had just built a new home. We had been married. We were having this baby. And all in a moment, everything just changed. So what was I going to do? I had to find a way to carry on that love that was no longer physically present in my life. And my husband was just too beautiful, too bold, too kind. Our love was too bold and beautiful to let it just die with him that night at that crash. So basically, I just took that moment, that life. 2 weeks later, after my husband passed, our little girl was born, Madison Grace Wandel. And when I held her in my arms, I made the promise that I made to her dad the night of the crash, that I would make sure that she was a happy baby, that she would be born to love and light and not tragedy and negativity, and that we would make a reason for what had happened in our lives so that we could heal and we could give hope to others while healing and feeling hopeful ourselves. So I always like to say that I took that baby that night, that child that I was gifted from my husband and God, Madison Grace, and the promises I made to her and her dad, I would find a reason for what had happened that night. And so I took advocacy under my belt. I decided to find a way to help grieving children. I wanted my daughter, who would be born without my husband, to truly walk forward in this life knowing that she wasn't alone, knowing that she would be surrounded by other children who had had experiences such as she did, and that I could help her and kids coming into our foundation, children, teens, and young adults, to grow and thrive in this life. It was so important to connect these children. I was a child in grief. I lost my sister when I was 12 years old, and I knew the isolation that takes place when you are a child in grief. So we formed the Mark Wandell Foundation that connects children, teens, and young adults in grief that have had a parent, sibling, or guardian die. And we do this through many programs, through 3 programs in the state of Florida, where we have connected over 500 families. We continue through this day to help children, teens, and young adults in grief so that we can truly embrace them and teach them that they can have happy, healthy, and optimistic life. But there's more than that. There was so much more than that. I wanted to find a way to prevent people from making arrogant choices when they're driving on our roadways. My husband's crash was preventable. He died that night. He didn't have to die. The person that was driving the other vehicle made the decision to run a red light that night, altering our lives and the lives of so many that evening. And it's not just about the victims, it's about the violators too. We want to curb those behaviors because most people don't mean to make these deadly decisions, but good people are making really bad decisions and taking the lives of our most precious loved ones. So I feel so honored to be able to do advocacy work in the state of Florida in our nation, and even outside of this country. It is time that people understand that that human lives matter, and that we can all protect each other on our highways and save lives. Over 100 people die a day on our roadways, and my kind, beautiful, and loving husband was one of them. And in his memory and in his honor, I was able, along with the help of so many great people, after 5 years of education and outreach, to pass a bill in the state of Florida that is the Wandell Traffic Safety Act, that allows red light safety cameras at the most dangerous intersections in the state of Florida. Because it's not about trying to take the violator and throw them in jail. It's about trying to teach people to make better decisions before they enter that intersection. Because after they run that light, nobody wins, not the victim, not the violator. So I'm living my passion today because of what I was unintentionally gifted on the night of October 24th in 2003. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to bring my husband back. To know that my daughter has lived without her dad for 17 years. She needs him more than she's ever needed anybody in her life. She has no idea who he is. So for me, it's about taking what happened at that crash site and making a reason for children in grief to thrive. A reason for people to see why we make good choices in our life. A reason to show what love in action is, to show what hope in action is, to reach out to people, to look them in the eye and remind them to drive safely. I'm living my passion today as the director and founder of the Mark Wando Foundation, as a president of the National Coalition for Safer Road, as an ambassador for Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow, an organization that takes care of pedestrians and bicyclists and helps them to choose the right behaviors so that they can save their own life. I get to be a speaker, an advocate consultant. If there's anybody that wants to advocate, whether you're advocating for a child, you're advocating for a business, you're advocating for whatever you love in your life, you can do it. You have it in your heart. You don't have to have tragedy in your life to live your best life. You can take any situation in your life, anything that you want to do, you can do it. As long as you firmly believe in your authentic heart that you can do it. So if there's something that you want to do in this life, critical knowledge, get knowledgeable about it, reach out, see what you can do and how you can do it. If you want to live your passion, then live it from your heart. Because when you live your passion from your heart, you'll be able to speak it fluently, truthfully, and with nothing less than love.
Oh my gosh.
Mom's Corner.
Mom's Corner. You guys know this is one of my favorite places to be because I'm always here. I'm always in the Mom Corner. Okay, so fun topic again. Gizmos and gadgets gizmos and gadgets, like Ariel over here, that I think you need to know about as a mom.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? No, Kevin. Okay, so I've talked about productivity hacks in the past. I've talked about like reorganizing my home. But one thing I've always, it's my bracelet.
You're wearing it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
I've been wearing it.
ADD.
Veronica. Okay, so there are several products that I think you should have that anyone can I can't think of words today. Anybody can put into their
lifestyle.
Whatever. So one of the things I love to do is buy baskets.
Oh,
if you have kids, baskets are a must. Look, I even put my waffle iron in there. So this particular type of bag, and I have a larger one too, is a 31 bag, and it's like a network marketing thing. So typically you know somebody that like carries them, but I swear by these. I swear
love
by
it.
them. I have used mine for years and years and years. The cool thing about the bags is you can get them, they come out with like different prints and you can get them monogrammed and things like that. So if you know somebody in your life that sells them,
I've
definitely
never
go.
heard of them.
Oh my gosh. And it's all about like, it's a really neat company. It's all about like the Proverbs 31 woman is where they get like the 31. Because it's like, you should be this way and you should be nice, you should be kind and blah, 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 and all that good stuff. Just kidding. But anyway, it's a really cool company. So if you know somebody that sells it, reach out to them and try it out. They have like parties and stuff like that. If you don't know someone that sells it, you can go to the 31 website and they will like hook you up with someone in your area. But it is just, it's my favorite thing.
And you have stuff on your website.
Yes, I do. I have a ton of, this is the medium utility tote. This is one they kind of carry like here and there. The large utility totes, they pretty much always have. They're my favorite, and I can share a picture. I have quite the collection.
And I love it because
and you
you
love
come
it.
in, and she just gave me one.
I did, because I have many. But they're just so nice because like I even got my mother-in-law hooked on them. So when we go camping, you go on vacation, it's so nice because this one like folds flat.
Ooh.
But some of them have like an insert you can put in. I mean, they are really the bee's knees. So in addition to that, having a basket, I will tell you, as someone who likes to have my car kind of clean with 2 young kids, it can be a struggle. So I always have some type of basket or bag in my car that is my catch-all. I put everything in there, then the rest of my car looks okay. Okay, the other thing, oh, this is actually, okay, this is a 31 bag. You didn't hear that. Yeah. This is a 31 bag that I bought a while ago.
Pretty.
And I keep my son's, we have this little game that we play. So I keep his stuff in there, so they're great for organizing diaper bags. The other type of basket is, y'all know I just redid my pantry, so I have ton of like clear bins and baskets. So I think if you are somebody who does not have a basket addiction,
You can start.
You can start at any time. It's one that's easy, but I just love it because it helps me feel more put together when stuff isn't visible.
Yeah.
Every 10 seconds. I mean, these I keep in my pantry so I can see what I have. But like around my house, I love going to Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, to name a few. Target. Sometimes theirs can be a little overpriced. But oh my gosh! So if you are looking to feel more in control as a mom, and you're looking to have a little bit more of a clear space, I will tell you, one of the best things you can do is buy some bags to help you get things back and forth, buy some baskets and just hide it for later. Then you can deal with it when everybody's asleep and you have time.
I love it. I love it. And go to therealkellydavis.com for more information. So supporting small businesses is extremely important. And let's face it, during COVID, many of them struggled a little. So if we can do our part to help small businesses, we're going to do it.
We will.
And everybody can do.
Wonder
you don't
Woman.
have
I was trying to do like a power.
And look at this. I look at that.
Yeah.
Shazam.
I'll shop at your business.
Earrings. Yeah.
If I have to.
But everybody can do their part. Patronize them. I hate that word.
I know it's.
I know, but it means the other stuff too.
Yeah, it's
Just go. Just go.
What also confuses me when people say patronize, because I'm like, which one is it?
I know.
Which one are you talking about? But and also, if you can't always afford, or you don't feel like you can, or you're not safe to go out, whatever, like, share, comment on Facebook. If you find these little businesses, cost nothing to share a comment, or kind
Buy
of
a gift card. Buy a gift card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always try, like if you're going out to eat, just say, hey, why don't we go to Nancy's? Let's go to Michael's. Let's go to Libby's. Anna Marie Oyster Bar. Think of something local.
a fun tip is to, I learned this, you buy gift cards, like when you go out to eat, you're like, oh, because my husband does it, he's always trying to go out to the car, and I'm like, okay, I'll get the check, I guess. It's whatever. Anyway, I'll get like a gift card, and then you're like, oh, honey, we have a gift card to Nancy.
Oh, we have to go.
Stockpiling them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I love it.
I'm going to have, if I watch the show with him, which I know I will, I'll fast forward through that part.
Too funny. But what we're going to do, why don't we go check out a small business?
Oh no, and shop and eat, I guess.
And support local. Hi, my name
name is Cyndi Perkins, and the name of our company is Nunna's Treasures. And a lot of folks ask me how we came up with that name, and it's really named after my grandmother, who I called Nunna. And she inspired my creativity through the years when I was growing up, and painting and all my art and craft projects. And she was a great person who sewed and knitted, and so this is really in memory of her, just keeping her memory alive and her love of the arts. How we got started was we had taken a trip to Virginia, and there was someone was selling a barn door, and on Marketplace, the Facebook Marketplace. So I didn't really know what I was going to do with it, but I told Scott, I was like, let's go buy the barn door. And he's like, what are you going to do with this? And I said, well, I've got plans, all those things we do on Pinterest that we never get around to doing. I said, I've got a whole board on making things. So we had a trailer with us at the time, so we hauled the barn door back here to Florida. And I said, let's make some side tables out of this barn door. And I said, I don't know where I really got the idea, it might have been Pinterest, but to do louvered panels, to do the shutter kind of look on the side. So I found somebody had put on the side of the road some shutters, picked them up, brought them home, painted them, and we cut the barn door and put on the top of them. And I said, this is pretty cool. And then I had a lot of people say, I like that, you should make some. So I made one pair, put them on Facebook Marketplace, and 700 people noticed it, and it was like a bidding war of who wanted them. And so I was like, wow, this may be something. And so we have, we started that, and this is probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And so my husband retired, and we had more time to work on things. We started going to craft shows, and in Georgia and Florida, and we just got some great feedback and people purchasing our items, and so it just kind of took off. We started as a hobby, has grown into really a little business, and we're really happy. And I'm happy that even though I had lost my job as a registered nurse due to budget cutbacks, God just dropped this into my lap, and so I'm able to use my art skills and my painting and designing to do the furniture. And it's been so much fun. And so Scott and I now have, his dad was a woodworker, excellent, just beautiful work. And so now Scott's kind of remembering his things that he learned growing up and watching his dad work and his carpentry skills. So he's been able to use that. Also, I kind of design, and then I tell him to figure out how to make it. But, we're just having a great time, and so we just hope we can ride this as long as we can. Yeah.
Hot topics.
Hot topics.
So one of the things I want to mention, and it's important, especially for local companies. So if you don't have a website or a social presence, you're missing the boat. And both of us, that's what we do. Also, in another world, or this world, we put together social media for companies and do their websites. So again, if you don't have an online presence, literally, I'm going to tell you what you're missing. You're missing on Facebook 2.8 billion active monthly users.
Yikes.
On Twitter, 321 million users.
Oh my gosh.
Instagram, 1 billion monthly active users.
Hey-o.
Right. LinkedIn, 760 million active monthly users. YouTube, 2 billion daily views.
It actually used to be 1 billion, but since we started our show.
I know, it came to
Got a
2.
boost.
Did you see that? I had to look that up.
You're welcome.
And then TikTok has 1 billion. But let me go. Okay, so we're talking about social media. We'll first start with Facebook. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going away from Facebook because they're not letting me, explain my opinion and stuff. And this is my point of view. You can take it or not. Facebook and pretty much all social media is a form of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I use it for that or for marketing a product. And the ability to have all these arms and legs, because when you post something and they share and so on, that is, like instant gratification for your company. When it was, 2010, I was running an international aid organization, and there was an earthquake in Haiti.
Right.
We had 0 marketing dollars. We needed money. I didn't have enough to get out there, but all through social media, we were letting people know what was happening and what the need was. And within one day, from people just sharing our information, we were able to raise $1 million.
Oh my God.
So one day.
Be right back, gotta check my cell phone.
So look at it for what it is. Don't take it as, your soapbox. I want to talk about my personal views, which is great, but not everyone wants to hear everyone's personal views. I believe in free speech, but it's an entertainment product. Like if someone says, hey, Tom, what do you feel about this? Great, but just take it for the face value. It's entertainment.
Face value.
Oh, face
there
value.
She goes.
Face
value.
And
and like you said, it's nowadays it's your responsibility to find education where you can find it. And Facebook, I don't think it was ever. I think people kind of act like it's supposed to be an informational. That's not what it's for. It's not a news source. It shouldn't be a news source.
It's not a news source.
It is. It should be for. Not that I want to be, closed off and not hear about things, but I want to hear people's thoughts and opinions. But I also want to see pictures of kids and puppies and local businesses.
Things that make me happy, inspiring. What is Sally doing today? What's happening in the Smiths family's world? Happy-go-lucky. We already have enough stuff. Watch the news if you want to do.
Exactly. Take the pressure off of the social media.
Take it off.
So we enjoy using it that way. You're really good about sharing like fun updates.
And I try my sarcastic updates, but I do have to talk about this. So right when we're done this segment, I went on TikTok.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've never been on TikTok.
I didn't give her a warning.
But Kelly has a wonderful channel on TikTok. And you'll see. But when I went on, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I went on for you, but everybody feels the need.
Yeah, there's a lot of
dance with no clothes on, or it's just bizarre. And
how bizarre!
To
That's actually a TikTok thing.
Oh, really?
How bizarre! How bizarre!
Yeah, like thinking. I don't know. It's maybe I'm too old, but.
Okay,
help me.
To
Educate me about TikTok.
So this is what I tell people, because anytime like a new or social media app comes out, they're like, I don't want to be on it. So the cool thing about TikTok and Facebook, I would kind of say the same. What you consume, that's what they show. So like for me, when I go on there, you can kind of interact with the different videos. So if you interact with like the dancing videos and they see that you're watching them over and over again, that's what they want to show you.
I agree with that.
Veronica.
So, yeah.
But for me, I go on there for like DIY stuff. There's a lot of like really good marketing people on there. There's a lot of really cool like affirmation tips. One thing I will tell you, and I don't know if we talked about this yet. So I am not necessarily considered like plus size, but I'm not like super skinny. So I've always kind of felt underrepresented. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't really see people. There's a really great like self-love movement, and you see a lot of influencers on Instagram who are really tiny or they're plus size. And I'm like, you do your thing, baby girl. You do whatever you want. But I always felt like I don't really look like that, but I don't really look like that. So there's a movement. Well, I don't really know if I'd call it. I don't even want to say revolution, but there's a whole category of women who go on there, and it's called mid-size fashion. So I look at them and I'm like,
be considered mid-size.
well, I look at it and I say, that right there, that's my body type. And they're wearing outfits. I'm like, I could wear that. So it's a whole thing about you have to consume content that makes you feel confident and prepared and ready and makes you go, yeah, get it, girl. Like, wear the cool earrings.
Okay.
So when I do my videos lately, I've been like using the hashtag midsize because I feel like I want people who.
So is it similar to Instagram?
So Instagram launched their version of TikTok internally, which is called Reels, Reels. So it is very quick. It's meant to be super quick. So on TikTok, they can be up to a minute. And then on Reels, it's 30 seconds is the max. But it's a way to quickly consume that content. So it's really neat. I found my waffle recipes on there. But it's really nice, and it is a learning. There is a curve when you get on there because you do see a lot of the teenagers, and I'm like, well, I can't be watching that. But there is a really great way to use it. So definitely give it a chance if you haven't. But there's a lot of people I follow that are really inspiring, and I think it's going to be. I think it's here to stay.
Yeah, well, it's already at 1 billion. Yeah.
Are there even that many people? Like,
well, you got to think internationally. I got to Instagram, and I've been very successful on that. And
you do
some
very
of the
well.
Other, but yeah, TikTok, it's taking time. But I love
TikTok.
Everything that Kelly does on TikTok is amazing. So why don't we go watch some of your shows?
Okay, I guess. Well, thank you guys for taking a trip to my TikTok channel. And it's not embarrassing at all, I hope.
No, it was inspirational.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe we should interview you under inspirational.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm available. I'll be on here next week, I guess. But yeah, thank you to everyone who has participated in our shows, liked, comment, shared. We love it.
Or our guests.
We've had our sponsors.
Amazing, inspirational people.
We have the coolest people.
And, support local.
Yes.
I can't endorse that enough. But, when you're looking for a company, a restaurant,
a cause,
a home watch, concierge place, whatever it may be, make sure you go local.
Yes, agreed. And so, thank you to everybody. We love you guys so much. This is the month of love. We're going to March now, which is just insane.
Which is party month. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, ye lass.
Is it you yourself this morning? Oh, you like that? Anyway, if you're interested in appearing on the show or sponsoring, go to theabsolutelyfabulousshow.com. And with that, I hope you have
an absolutely fabulous day.